We're back, and I'm gonna put these motherfuckers behind the back so they get back fast.
We have some guests. Been a while.
Kelvin isn't a guest. Kelvin is a part of the
show. I get a full house.
Yeah.
What happened to Chris?
He's going potty, so we just put him backstage, so he's back.
There we go.
But this will be Puerto Rican Chris's welcome back / debut episode on the podcast in a long time. He has been gaming.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But it has. Oh, I did do it. Did I? No, I didn't. I'm lying. I didn't do an intro. But how are you guys doing before we while we're waiting for
long day, but I'm good now.
How about you?
Day off, so it's really chill. Can't complain.
I'm still and then you said your days off are switching soon, right, Calvin?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on when this new job calls me. They call me and I start there. The days off would be Tuesdays and Wednesdays instead of Wednesdays and Thursdays.
So you just be switching from. You just be coming on the show on Tuesdays instead.
There you go. Make it work.
Yeah. I have to start getting Calvin involved in some of these watch parties on Wednesdays.
Facts.
Because I'm gonna say this out loud, people. I think with the next horror show, like the next new horror series that I start, because I do them episodically anyway. Which there's one coming out on Hulu April 28th. I forgot what it's called. My wife sent it to me. As a matter of fact, I can look it up right now. I just sent it to her. And again, it's on Hulu, which Hulu is connected with Stream Lounge. If you guys know, the Stream Lounge thing where I do my watch parties all the time, which is a fun ass time. I know people are thinking this is unprofessional, motherfuckers on the phone, but I'm trying to talk to you guys about something.
This is research for the pod.
Dímelo, primo, ¿cómo está?
What's up, man? How you been?
Aquí comiendo, ya tú sabes.
Don't be all sad just because I was busting your chops one day through a keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody else. I could be a keyboard warrior too.
Yo, I ain't trying nothing. There's so many desserts you don't like.
This is how we're starting. Come on, guys.
Tell you what, then I'll shine that bald head of yours, baby. Owl, some turtle wax. You know what I'm saying? We get you shining like a Corvette. I'm sorry, we're Hispanic, like a pinto.
But I do gotta say this. I'm in the first. Gotta give a shout out to the homie, the bro.
Are we on?
Yeah,
we're on, man.
Yo, everybody, it's your boy, the worst damn gamer ever. I'm back. I may be sick, but that doesn't mean shit because I'm here for you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for holding it down. I mean, I know it's not my show, it's your show, but appreciate y'all out here.
Nah, but it was, we missed you out here, man. Kelvin was getting all upset.
Yeah.
Started speaking a bunch of English and shit.
Many tears were shed.
Yeah.
Nice.
James, he was crying. He was gonna give. He was even talking about giving up cheese just for you to come back, but then he started eating cheese.
Close.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
And then
it was close for being a thought.
Aaron, nobody giving up cheese for Chris.
Nobody's giving up cheese, period.
Once you're at Popcorn Pints again, we'll talk about how much Chris missed you.
They could be like, yo, newfound study shows that all of this new colon cancer is caused by cheese. Ain't nobody stopping eating cheeseburgers or macaroni and cheese, no grilled cheeses. I'm sorry. That's a risk worth taking.
I'll be honest, I can give up cheese. If it was coming, I can give up cheese easy.
I can never give up cheese.
Don't get me wrong.
I can't.
It does enhance some foods, but
majority of the foods.
Listen,
you
got to
cheese
think
on
of it
almost
like
anything.
this. The world is 80% water, right? Our brains are 80% water. Our bodies are like 80% water, right? The fuck do you think cheese is made out of?
Is this a pizza?
Mostly water too. It's got some milk in it, but where did those come from? Water. Where the chemical compounds come from? Water.
Don't do it, Aaron.
Hey man, we are cheese. We are cheese.
Yeah, I know. I'm not.
Yeah, I can't give up.
I didn't realize we were live.
No,
damn.
I can't.
Did you guys hear me talking about playing battle shits?
No, didn't hear that part.
Oh, good. Never mind. Moving on.
Didn't hear that part. I had you back. I ended up putting you backstage just because we were live. I'm like, you know what? It'd be better if he's back. Then when he comes back, bring him back up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, in case you yell something embarrassing, we helped you out.
Well, I was hoping for that, but I was like, just because his chair was empty. He needs like you gotta have like a stand and just sit there, even if it's like a stuffed animal. Just sit there when you leave your chair.
I'm sorry.
I should do the same thing with Sturdy Bones. Anytime I leave my chair, put Sturdy Bones there. He'll take over. Where the fuck? I don't know where the hell he is.
I gotta say, I'm liking this new tracer layout. It feels very like viral.
I appreciate that. We're gonna change it up some. I just like the movement of it in the background. Like it's something cool to kind of have your eyes to kind of you still hear us. But you can kind of almost get hypnotized to our wonderful, sensual voices that make you nice and relaxed and enjoy these podcasts, these movies that we're discussing, and I want you to go check these movies out. That's why we do this for you guys. So, with that being said, guys, let's start with the early ratings. And you know what? We're going to start with the Puerto Ricans.
Both of them?
Yeah. All right. So this was interesting. Early ratings, part 1 and part 2, or just one first?
Yeah, you could do them both. That way we could just.
I'll get into it in a bit, but part 1 I'm going to give 6.5. Part 2 I'm going to give a 6.
Okay.
Part 1, so I had seen these like a few times before, so this was my first time in a long time revisiting both films. Part 1, I'm gonna go with an 8, and part 2, I'm gonna go with an 8.5.
Nice.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who flipped the script here. Part 1, 7. Part 2, 8.
Shit, these movies were fun and funny. Double 8s for me. Double 8s. Actually, you know what? 8 and 8.5 because I did like part 2 a little bit better. 8 and 8.5. I'll say 8 and 8.5. Okay, we'll start with you just because you have the lowest score for both. I know you have a lot to say. Go ahead.
So it was a little bit of a, what was the word I said when I was watching the movie? I thought of a word. It was a little bit rambunctious, I guess. A little too movie being a movie at times. A little too, to be honest with you, as soon as it started and we started watching it, I was like, what the fuck's going on? Why is this taking so long to get to anything going on, right? When they're in the cabin and doing all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, you start to see somebody there. They think that's going to be that dude that just appears out of nowhere. You think that's going to be the antagonist, but that's not it. There's actually a dead/spiritual entity that's part of this. But I didn't mind it being subtitled, but like I said, I just feel like they took a little long to get to it, and then on top of it, it was a little too cartoony with certain things. I did like the appearance of the zombies in this. I did like that they were Nazi zombies, because that to me immediately was like, yo, they got this from Zombie Army 4.
Oh, yes.
So I was like, yo, this is kind of dope. You know what I mean? But it was just kind of, it was a little too over the top for me. And then at the end, towards the end, and the way certain things happen, it was just a little too much. I did laugh when he got bit in the dick. I did laugh. That was funny.
Just right. Yo, they made it.
I have something to say about that scene specifically. Like, yo, if a zombie bites my dick off, I'm just take me out. I'm done. I'm useless.
Yeah, he's looking at his buddy. His buddy's looking at him, and he's like, "No." He looks at the chainsaw. He's like, "No."
Yeah, he's like, "No." He had no problem cutting his arm off, but when it came to his dick, he's like, "Oh, I need that."
Nope, fuck that.
Oh, shit's funny.
I'm done.
I laughed at that part.
I'm tapping now, but there were some. I like the gore in both of these films.
Yeah,
the silly kills, the fun kills, the
good
cool
kills. Yeah.
All of it. I just had a good, fun time. But these were exactly what I was expecting them to be. And then I'll say, and then better, and then a little bit better than that, honestly, because I was expecting these to be like maybe 6.5, 7s, which aren't bad. Even a 5's not bad. A 5 is not bad at all, in my opinion. I don't know how it is in Chris's eyes, but in my opinion, a 5 is not bad at all.
I went in just knowing it's a zombie movie. Zombie movies, I just clump them together. They're like they're all fun. Even how dumb they are, they're still fun somehow.
You got to damn near expect anything with them. You know what I mean? Like it's like wherever they go, but
like,
kind of
like zombies, zombie animals, new animals. What the fuck?
Yeah. Like, so what you were saying, Sturdy. So with me, it kind of depends on the genre and the type of movie that we're watching, right? Because that's gonna kind of weight the scale of the rating. Because for horror, most horrors usually don't get over like a 7, 8 to me. Like that to me seems like that's the best they can ever do. But a 5 is like acceptable. But if it's trash and it's under 5, it's like, to me, it's like it's subparts under average. I don't like wasting my time on anything that's just mediocre. You know what I mean? Like, I don't smoke shit weed. I don't fucking drink shit booze or shit drinks. Like, I drink real Kool-Aid. You feel me? I drink real Tang, not that drink punch, not that drink. You know what I mean? Not the grape drink. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink chocolate drink. I don't drink fucking Yugo. I go get some cow milk and I put some chocolate in it.
He's bougie. He's bougie.
Real.
You know what I mean? I am. I'm kind of a snob about shit. What can I say?
I told you.
But yeah, I mean, I could watch it again, and I could recommend this. But again, the only reason why I gave it so little is because it's not near some of the top horror movies like Midsommar or certain things like that we watched. That I was like, yo, that's a 9-10, and those were as close as it gets. But those are so fucking rare to me to get a movie in the horror realm that's like that. You know what I mean? But if it's an action movie, I give fucking anywhere from like 6 to 10 all day for some reason, because it just keeps you going. It keeps you on the fucking screen, and I think
that's more. That's more of your type of genre, though. Like for me, I'm more of a
or comedies, the same deal. You know what I mean?
I lead more towards the horror over any other genre. But I do want to say, like, so of course I would disagree with the whole ratings as far as Midsommar. I know I'm not disagreeing with Midsommar being a 9 or a 10 or the other one you mentioned. Hereditary. But to me, there's a hell of a lot more than just those two films. But again, horror is my favorite genre by fucking far.
Oh yeah, we can name franchises like The Conjuring and all that shit, Annabelle and all that. You know what I mean?
I'm not arguing your point, but I'm just saying like the other side of it.
But for every one of those, there's 150 fucking 2-3 movies. You know what I mean?
True, but I could say that about every other genre as well. But again, it's what I consider that, not what the public. I don't care what the public thinks about anything. You know what I mean? Just like what I think about it, and of course, your opinions matter more to me than the public opinions. Podcasters, but mainly the ones that I personally know. But of course, podcasters, because I feel like we really go out there and watch these movies and really check them out and just tell you how we feel about them. Right? Or I mean, there's no wrong way of how you feel about a film. So. You know, it's all opinionated. But I was gonna say too, like with these, I gave them an 8, but it's a different type of 8 than I would give, which I gave Midsommar a 10, I believe. But then I would give like a 10, you know what I mean? Then a Midsommar, like say if I gave that, it's a different scale because it's like a horror comedy kind of fun movie. I don't put on like a serious scale of horror. As crazy and as weird as that sounds to people. So like if it was on a serious scale, it'd probably be maybe closer to like a 5, 6-ish. Maybe, but I'm not doing it like that because that's not fair. I'm doing it on the feeling it gave me and the type of film it is. Like I had a good time with it, so boom. And that's all I can ask for something like this. Like I'm not expecting a Midsommar type of film. I'm not expecting a Hereditary or Conjuring, any of those. I'm just expecting it to be a fun, cool zombie thing. And I like how you mentioned World War Z, or sorry, Zombie Army 4.
Zombie Army 4, yep.
And I'm just like, yo, that really does connect. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, some of the stuff that's going on in this movie, I'm like, yo, this would be dope in World War Z, but not even connecting I'm just thinking it'll be dope in this game because it's a game we play a lot.
Yep.
And, oh, man, yeah, these movies were just fun, man. These movies were just a good. But, Calvin, you've been pretty quiet over there, kind sir.
No, because you know what it was like for me. So when I first found out about this film, it was at my local Best Buy way back. It had to have been maybe 2009, 2010 maybe. And at that time, you know, we had Call of Duty World at War, which featured Nazi zombies. So when I read the back of the Blu-ray copy, I'm like, yo, as a kid, I mean, practically a kid, you're like, oh shit, this is right up my alley. Like, why not? So I didn't get the copy, but parts 1 and 2 did make their way onto Netflix.
Nice.
So I think I finally watched it maybe either the year after or probably 2012, I would say. But I gotta say, those films fucking kick ass.
What film?
Both films, Death Snow.
Oh, gotcha.
Death Snow 1 and 2. And what I
They're
found
just
interesting
fun.
is that, you know, with the first one, it's you know, it's a very fun horror film that has its elements of action. And then, which is very rare to see, the sequel is a complete 180 from the first one.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
This one's more comedic, more action,
Mhm.
very less of the horror elements from the first one, but it still worked.
Really quick, not to cut you off. I apologize for cutting you off, but I gotta point out something really important you just said, sir. Fuck, what did you just say? It was very important.
Oh, God.
Damn it. It was a
Okay.
dope, like, you said something in the correct way of saying something. And I was gonna just say it out there for people that always say
Well,
it.
something that's very, was it the part where I said something that's very rare to see, how the sequel's a whole 180 from the previous one?
The 180 part.
Okay.
He used it in the correct term, people. 180 is when you go in the opposite direction. When you guys say you made a complete 360, that's bad. That means you're just right where you started. 180 is what you want to do. You want to go halfway. Maybe even a little bit more than 180. You're still going down a different roadway, but don't do a 360. You know what I mean? If anything, do more than a 360. Go past that, and maybe you'll finally learn. But don't stop right here at the 360. You go to 180. That's better. That's way better.
That's when you get the what the fuck were you trying to do here? You went off and then now you're back and now nothing fucking holds together. What did you like? Okay, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like
you know better.
I like how it continued right on from the first one too.
Yeah.
It was like one long ass movie. It just kept going.
But it's like they smoothly segued it,
Yeah.
you know, into a different tone, and it still worked, which is the
It
crazy
still
part
worked,
about
yeah.
it. Still worked.
Yeah.
I'm also very pleased that the second one was in English.
Oh yeah, that was a big one too. And the cast actually, you know, well, 2 of them who returned, Martin and this guy came back, but as a different character.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit, okay, all
He was
right.
part of the zombie squad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not him. The one that worked at the museum.
Oh.
He was. So if you guys didn't recognize him, that was the second survivor. Well, okay, towards the end, it was Martin and his buddy. That's his buddy. It's the same actor.
Oh,
Just
okay.
fucked around with his hair and played a different actor.
Gotcha.
Different character, excuse me. But
I heard
I
I heard they're making a part 3.
I've been waiting for it for the fucking longest already.
It's funny you say that, James. I'd seen something when I was looking for a background for this, and it said part 3, and I clicked the link, and I'm like, this link is from fucking 2017. Like, shit. Damn, where is this? Because
You guys,
I would love to see a part 3 of this to see where this goes.
Yeah.
This is one of those type of movies where you can do 5-6 of these movies, make them a little silly, and you're still gonna watch them.
See, my fear with the third one would be it would be a little bit too like Warm Bodies or something like that. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen Warm Bodies where the kid?
No,
comes
we
back,
were
he's a
just talking about
zombie?
that.
No,
It's
we were
like a
talking-
rom-com zombie movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
seen it.
and that's one of my issues with the second part, and we'll get into that when we talk about the second part.
did you guys stay after, or actually, I should just wait until we get to the second part. Never mind, because I don't know if you guys know there was a post-credit scene for part 2.
Oh
Ah.
no, we didn't see that.
Yeah,
no,
there's
I
a
didn't see
scene.
that.
There's a scene after all the credits.
No, I didn't see that.
So I'll get into that when we
Gotcha.
talk about the sequel.
There's some cool kills. We'll talk about the first
Yeah.
one. I like the head rip in half, the body ripped in half.
Oh man, Erwin, man,
the
Erwin, that was my
legs
man
ripped
too.
off. It was just
Yo,
like,
after he was kicking ass, yo, this motherfucker sold himself up. He was taking out tons of zombies. Then they all of a sudden just come up and they fucking just arms and legs ripped off.
Yep.
It's like, damn.
Damn.
So that was cool. The second one had way more kills, and they put a lot of comedy in some of the kills.
Crazier kills at that. Where we're seeing
Yeah.
fucking kids getting hit by tanks.
Yo, the baby.
Gotta love
sign.
Germans, man.
I was
The
like,
baby
holy
sign, like if you had 3D glasses, it looked like a baby coming at you.
Yo, they just laid down. Like they didn't try to roll or run out the way or nothing. They literally just laid down in the sandbox.
Yo.
And then all you heard was you heard like it
Just
sounded
fucking
like they were
took
crumpling a bag of chips or some shit.
Fucking zombies had a tank. So they're cursed. They're cursed zombies. There's a leader. It's like the fucking
Herzog.
yeah. And he has you touch something, he can bring you back to life. Or he does it by voice. He does it by command. He said
Which
rise, and they
is-
all came up.
Similar to the Zombie Army 4 game, because there's a zombie that can do that. You take out that commander, and then the zombies
Oh,
stop
shit.
coming.
They stop respawning. Yep.
Once the one's like,
That's cool.
It's the
I
portal
thought
that he
that was a
opens.
cool idea. It was funny. They kind of did Evil Dead with Ash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know,
the arm.
the arm and shit. I was waiting for him to hook the chainsaw.
I
to it
thought
in
he
the
was
first
gonna
one.
fucking throw the chainsaw
Yeah,
on it.
but then the second one when he got the fucking the Hitler zombie
Idle
arm.
hand and shit.
Yeah,
fucking-
idle hand popped in my head. I was like, what the fuck?
oh,
He's just like slapping people, just fucking grabbing.
fucking hilarious. Just silly, stupid shit like that is why I enjoy these films.
Yeah, it was like
Silly,
I
stupid
laughed.
shit.
All right,
like
I'm starting to like it a little bit more for the simple fact that
That
we're
and the cool
bouncing
kills.
between both movies, and it's like they're enhancing each other right
Exactly.
now.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
You know what I'll say about these two movies? I can guarantee you, if we did like a live group watch or did like a watch party thing with us hosting a watch party, you would have enjoyed this movie a hell of a lot more first. Because it would have been a lot more. If this is that type of movie, it would have been a fun watch where you can be just cracking some beers or smoking and kind of joking with your boys and watching this and cracking some jokes and still getting the whole entire film and still being able to discuss it and review it. But having a good time with this movie because it's that
See,
type
I noticed that I liked watching it, and the gore was fine and all that. You know, I'm not a gory guy, but at the same time, it fit. It was comical. It just worked out, right? And it wasn't like so gory that I was like, it was grotesque, and I was like wanting to like watch that or anything like that. It was just like, oh, or ooh. And honestly, I think it's because I watched it on the phone. Because if I would have watched it on the TV or had it like in front of me and it would have been going through my headset or something or through my speakers on the side, then I probably would have been more like, because it's so much grander in your face. You know what I mean?
You might have liked it more though because of that. But you're not into
Like I
the-
said, I did not like it. For me, a 6.5 for a horror movie
It's true.
really
It's
good. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
Usually averages like 4s.
3 to 6 is my range usually for most of the horror movies that we watch. Well, that's a lot. Well,
well, I
for
mean,
for the better ones, 3 to 6 is usually what I.
I'll tell you this. I don't want to say I guarantee you, but I almost want to say it. But the next two movies that we're doing, I have no idea about them. I just know they came from the Foreign Wheel,
Yep.
and
No,
a lot of
no.
which these two are from the Foreign Wheel as well. And a lot of the foreign films have been some pretty good damn movies.
Yeah.
Which, because I'm not spinning the wheel tonight, show you guys what we're doing on Tuesday and Thursday, right? So this one we're doing on Tuesday, which just by the cover alone, fucking
Zero mega hits, huh?
Zero Mega.
Zero Guns with Death.
I'm like, hell yeah.
That poster's fucking nightmare fuel. Just looking at it.
Mhm.
I'm like, hell yes. And then Thursday,
Malasana Street, 32 Malasana Street.
This could be anything. This could be paranormal. This could be like some psychopaths live there.
slasher.
32 Malasana Street.
That's what we're doing those next week. All with the 30.
That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a corn fest.
We'll see what the hell it's gonna do. I can't wait.
All right, Kelvin, blend your thing in.
Yeah,
Your other.
you.
Yeah, as in.
The
But you said you're gonna wait till we start talking about the second.
Oh
one.
no, yeah. So I'll get the post credit scene out the way. So you guys remember how what happened to Herzog? The tank blew his head off,
Mhm.
body fell. So
That was dope.
after the credits, you remember that Nazi scientist that was with them?
Yeah.
He finds Herzog's head. So if you guys pay close attention to that scene where the tank blows his head off, you can see his head fly off in the distance. It was never destroyed.
Oh,
So the scientist picks up Herzog's egg. Herzog's eyes open, and then the scientist gives like a type of look, and then the screen just goes to black.
nice.
Yo,
Okay.
they have to make a part 3 starting.
Dude, I've been waiting for a part 3 for so fucking long, where we could finally possibly see Nazi Hitler. Zombie Hitler.
That'd be funny.
Just for the fuck of it, why not?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Given off the fuckery of how 2 ended,
Yeah.
which I gotta say, I'm like,
Yo,
Anyway,
it
if they
made me
did
laugh,
that,
but
might as well
like,
bring
dude,
out-
you're fucking a fucking corpse, man.
dude, I was
Your
watching that
arm,
shit,
your
like,
arm is a monster arm. Everything else, you're human, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
Bro,
I'm watching that shit, I'm like,
everything,
dude.
despite everything in the second one that was goofy and fun and funny, the end is why I gave it a 6 and I dipped the score down. Because honestly, I probably would have gave it a 6.5, 7. Because it was slightly better than the first one for me because I laughed more.
Mm-hmm.
But it was that ending. What the fuck's up with that one zombie that's just walking over as he's fucking the zombie that he brought back to life by touching her?
After like 20
And then how did
times.
that happen after she's been? I'm like, man, listen.
Yeah, no, it was weird. It kind of it felt like it was like it could have been like a Deadpool ending. Like Deadpool would do something fucked up like that, you know.
Oh shit! This guy threw Deadpool.
But that one zombie was funny, yo. He dies. They use him as like a fucking put him under the tire as grip and shit.
Dude, he went through too much fucking damage. I felt so bad for him.
Yeah,
And it was a dude in a wheelchair on top of that. Like, damn.
He got
Oh
fucked up.
shit!
He got fully
Yeah.
half by a fucking tank and everything. Fuck, he just comes back to life. He's like,
Yo.
just dragging along.
The lady in the wheelchair, when her chair tipped over backwards and the zombie stomped her head, I was dying.
Yo, yeah, after her daughter, like, or whoever that girl was, just
Took off.
pushed her way to it. You're like, you
Like,
can
took
have
off.
her. Fuck that bitch.
But yo, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
Dude, I don't, yeah.
I mean, look, I got you for
Go
going
in
down.
reverse and back over it again. I mean,
If I put it to you like this, if we're going downhill, I got you. But right here, we're stuck in the mud, man.
I don't think there's any way to justify what she did to her mother, because that was
Yeah,
fucked.
What are we both supposed to go?
you've already lived your life, woman. I still got at least 30, 40 years before I hit your stage.
Yeah, I know her.
You had your opportunity.
Just run. Just go. All right.
They had a zombie priest. After they kill him, they fucking turn him into a
Kelvin's
zombie.
like, malditos. Yeah.
No, because I'm like revisiting my first time, like how I was reacting when I saw the sequel for the first time. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no. It's
Like,
fun, though.
because it is a whole 180 from the first film, literally, not just in
Yeah.
tone, but just of the shit that you're seeing.
Oh, it gets way silly.
It's like, what the, like, dude, the shit with the kid, I was like, he took him and threw him out the fucking window.
Yo,
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
no.
drops him before he
That
hits the yard, and then
made me
pushes
laugh
him.
so hard. That
Yo,
scene was
Bring me
great.
some chocolate, and then all of a sudden, bam!
rolling.
We went to go resuscitate him and pulls out his intestine. I'm like,
I was like,
Yeah, they just tear him apart. He's like, it's not what you look. It
he's
looks
like, it's not what it looks like. Then he throws the fucking Mercedes emblem at his head.
Yeah, it's like a
I was
ninja
like,
smash.
dude.
Dope. Hit him right in the forehead.
Oh man, so that's
I was
what the
like,
part's made funny. It's like idle hand shit. The fucking hand just takes over.
Yeah. Broke into the car. Fucking started the car.
Oh man,
That shit was. Oh my gosh, that shit was funny. But
yeah, that was the funniest
one of
scene.
the
I laughed.
funniest parts is when he threw that kid out the window. Though.
Yeah, I died laughing at that part.
Just he couldn't control that arm.
Oh, it's so funny. It's like, yeah, fucking super strength, like he's the Hulk. He
Mhm.
just fucking went through a wall.
All them. Oh,
that shit was hilarious.
That was-
Oh fuck.
But I gotta say, the Zombie Squad was a pretty damn good addition. Like Martin Starr, of all people.
I thought it was
the-
funny. I knew it was gonna be so weird when they weren't showing it. It was just showing him on the phone, the back of his head. I'm like, what's going on here? I was expecting like a ghost hunter team, like a fucking like 6 people with camera crews and shit. No, it's 2 girls and one dude's the leader. And they're like, they never did anything. They just like they don't know shit. Even though it ends up that one dude is kind of skilled.
yeah,
I'll tell you right now, I crushed over her then when I was younger, and I still crush over her now. Monica, the redhead one.
hmm
Oh yeah,
Reach out to her on Twitter, Kelvin.
yeah. There you go.
Do we need to start? Should we start a streaming show? Chris will drive out there to the city and talk to you, hang out with you, start to find love for Kelvin.
Chris can
Love
piss.
Kelvin.
Chris can piss the fuck off.
You're Puerto Rican. He knows where to go. You guys,
I'm a good wingman.
you guys can talk about Puerto Rican delicacies and whatever else you guys do out there. I don't know. Salsa.
Be like, hey, baby, you like him big? he can use his head if
Chris,
you want.
I just hope, like, for the afterlife of Chris, he has to relive. Actually, not even relive anything. He only gets one channel on his TV and only one movie that plays, and that's Rebirth, in a constant loop.
That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. That's one of the worst things you can ever put on somebody.
Now, how would you feel if he was sitting? If you had to be sitting right next to him watching that for eternity?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm killing myself on the spot.
You're stuck.
There's no time. There's no time to speculate. Yak myself. That's it.
It's like little Nicky. You just keep getting a pineapple up the ass.
Over and over.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, look, that's the only reason why I dipped the score down on the second one. It's just the way the actual movie ended. You know, without knowing that other end scene or anything like that. The other end scene helps it out a little bit, especially if you know or you think there's a sequel coming. Just for the pure fact of you want to see how much stupider the shit can get.
Yeah.
My question for you, Chris, is if there was, like, say there was a part 3, guaranteed a part 3, right? And it did follow up with this story. Would that help your rating for part 2 at all? Just like because you're seeing the story continue, or does that even matter?
I guess I would have to see it to compare it to it, right?
True.
I can't give an honest answer on it because it's not something that's real that I've seen or be like, no, the second one is way better than the third one.
So for 1 and 2, did your rating for 1 help by watching part 2 at all?
No.
Okay.
No. After I was done with it, I was like, this is a 6-7, so that's why I landed on the 6.5. And then the second one, I was like, it's about a 6-7. But then the way it ended, it was just way too. It like happened so fast, and then it happens that shit at the end with that zombie just walking up, him fucking the zombie chick that he revived somehow, and I was like, this is way too.
With that song playing, I forgot the song.
Yeah. It was just way too. All right, you just went a little too far.
That song's so iconic too. It was stuck.
And the fucking Jeep, wherever the fuck they're in, is just rocking.
Yeah.
Bro, anybody else think he was screaming and moaning a little too much?
Yeah.
We barely heard the zombie. We heard him though.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hurt, man. He was pounding the dirt out of that.
What was she doing to him?
Pounding the dirt. Probably hitting bone.
Yeah, no, it was probably that's what he was doing. He's just fucking hitting pellet bones.
That's why he was screaming, because he was in pain. He was in pain and pleasure at the same time.
Oh shit!
So dry, so dead.
There was even, I remember reading somewhere that for the third one that they would introduce they were gonna have like a zombie kid hybrid or some shit like that.
Oh come on!
Oh my god! Which obviously,
I would watch that.
But so can anybody explain to me who that fucking zombie was that was walking up at the end? That was walking up to the van and was just like, ugh.
Oh, that was the one that kept dying that he kept bringing back like every freaking 3 seconds because he kept getting.
Oh my gosh! So he's the fucking chicken from Moana.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the one that was in the back of the seat. They used that as a fucking tire thing, and Tank ran him over.
He's the zombie Kenny.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit!
He took
And
way
it made him seem like he was like a fucking lost dog. Like he's like just following. So loyal.
And it sucks because you see the character before he became a zombie. He seemed like a very charismatic traveler on a fucking wheelchair. It's just like, damn, man.
And then at the end of it, he's hobbling with one leg, half an arm, looking like zombie Tiny Tim and shit.
Which one was the one with the fucking plunger for a regular leg and a plunger for a leg?
Oh yeah, that was when the scientist was.
The scientist. Yeah, it was like a medical camp. He put up a tent for all the injured zombies.
I like how the zombie even went like wiggled it and said, "Just look."
Yeah, he's like it works, and they just ran off.
You heard him run off, and you kind of see him step like this.
Oh shit!
Like the plunger on the floor and shit.
That made me laugh.
I was like, yeah,
that's funny. That's funny. Oh shit! Love it.
And I like how to get the Nazi because that's how usually this army of zombies was. They had like a fucking scientist that making all these fucking chemical bombs and shit, whatever he was doing. Then you had the fucking Hitler and his crew was obsessed with religion relics. He was trying to find
relics of mystics.
He was trying to find fucking Covenant, all that shit. He thought they were like, I can win with if I have these weapons. So
at one point he thought he actually found the location of the Emerald Tablets, and he thought he found the recipe for the Sorcerer's Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. That dude was like, he's just saying, hey, I'm taking a group of U-50. You're going to go all the way up to Antarctica or Norway because I think there's something there. Go dig it up. They're like, okay, sir. They're talking to each other like, this motherfucker, this guy really thinks this shit's real.
Hey, there's got to be a reason. And then there's got to be a reason why after we kicked them the hell out and we beat their ass, we occupied fucking Antarctica and took it over. And why certain parts of it, we can't go.
Good point.
It's too dangerous.
Yep, good point.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that's where...
Just like the Grand Canyon.
That's where all the aliens are and all the religious relics. Or you got angel and a demon trapped in cages or something. You know?
An angel and a demon trapped in cages.
But no, these movies were fun. Part 2 just made me laugh, and it was more faster paced, and it was just more like action.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed it more. So just a little bit. The first one I thought was really good. These two movies are up on my top zombie list.
Nice.
I'd have to think about that, and I got to see more zombies, which is really making me think.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of zombies.
Jason James. I think we do need to go ahead. I'm not gonna spoil the one wheel we talk about behind the scenes, but I will spoil it because we're talking about zombies. There's gonna be a zombie wheel coming out hopefully by next week. We're gonna have about 8 to 10 movies on there. 8 to 10 zombie flicks that haven't been reviewed on Horror with Sir Sturdy yet, and yeah, so be on the lookout for that, people. Be on the lookout for that. And then we got another one that's a surprise. Again, you won't know about it till it pops out next week, but it's in the works already. I can't wait to review it. Not wait to review it. We'll only find out where. Right here on Horror with Sir Sturdy live. And that'll be next Thursday when we'll find out, because that's when the wheels get spun. Just saying. But yeah, I do really enjoy how these two movies blended together so much, and that's what I was hoping for a part 3. And I'm hoping I'm saying if because I don't know if they will or not, but if and when they do make a part 3, hopefully it blends in with the part 2. And then I mean, if it wants to change it like as the story goes on, fine, do what you want to do, because that's basically what 2 did with 1. It just kind of blended in the beginning parts.
He woke up out of coma with the evil arm sold to him.
Then switched it up. And it was fun. It was cool. And shit, I mean, again, it gave me exactly what I expected, and then some. And it kind of gives you, like, you know, it wasn't a disappointment for sure. Do I recommend it? Hell yes, I do. If you've never seen this, I definitely think you should definitely check it out. They're both on Tubi, so it's free to watch on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, for Tubi does have some good shit out there. And this one, I'll tell you guys later right here. Tubi has some good stuff out there. Tubi has some interesting, entertaining stuff out there. And these two movies right here are some great examples of some movies that you can find on Tubi. Get your ass on over to Tubi. Not a sponsor, but Tubi can be. To Tubi, holla at your boy. Serious.
Aaron, I was literally searching up Dead Snow 3 to see if there's any progress.
Mm-hmm.
Very unlikely now. It will happen. Martin, the main character from the first and second films, passed away.
Shit.
Yeah, and I literally am just finding out now, because I guess there was a Reddit. There's like a subreddit asking like whatever happened, and someone said sadly the actor who played Martin had passed away.
Oh, damn.
Some piece of that gentleman. That sucks.
Vagar.
Yes.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, passed away in 2021.
Damn.
Oh God, I can't even joke about that now.
No.
I was like, did she rip his dick off? I can't even joke, because more than likely, we all know what possibly could have been the reason.
From looks of it, illness.
Illness, yeah.
Damn shame.
You said chronic illness?
No, just regular illness. They didn't specify what it was. Just he was sick.
COVID.
And that's what I mean. It could be, right? Anything from anybody who passed away from 2019, from the end of 2019 to like 2021, 2022. You know, probably a 60% chance that that's what it was.
But
it's fucking insane.
Speculation. We're not going to say that's what it was because we don't know.
Yeah. No, I said
No,
I
no,
said it could
I'm
be.
just making that clear because I don't want people to try to sue our broke asses because you ain't gonna get shit.
Nah.
Yeah,
But
you can't
just
get
throwing
sued.
that out there. Anyway. And shout out to you, whoever's out there watching. Greatly appreciate it. Don't be afraid to drop something in the comments and say what's up, say hi. We don't bite.
Yeah.
Damn shame. Yeah,
I'll bring the second one up to 6.5. Then I'll leave them equal
Okay.
on a 6.5 for both
I
of them.
like that. I like that. That's
I'm sticking with my
It was
score.
only half a point. I'm
sticking with my
what I
score,
mean?
7 and 8. First one 7, second one 8.
Yeah, me 8.5. Kelvin.
Yeah,
But I will say
first one,
it is a
8.5,
good
second
zombie
9.
film. Yeah,
Wait,
it definitely
first one
is a
8.5,
fun
second one
zombie
8?
film.
Kelvin, what'd you say? First one 8.5, second one.
First one 8.5, second one 9.
Oh, second one.
Wow.
Oh shit, you moved them both up. Do you own these movies?
Now, Kelvin.
Shockingly, no. I'm waiting for a 4K release. Honestly.
Quick question, Calvin.
Hmm.
Do you think them having it now in English helped with your experience and making it a little bit more for you, or is it purely on the content of the film?
Not so purely two-part. Answer to that. So I just drew a freaking blank. No, because okay, I'm sorry. More so the quality of the film itself. Mainly because I started off watching foreign films very, very early on as a kid. So like the substitute barrier was literally nothing for me to get through.
Same.
So when I saw the sequel, same shit. I turned on the subtitles and when I saw they were speaking English, I'm like, okay, off. But I mean, I did find that very intriguing because, like I said, not a lot of sequels do this, especially. I mean, as far as my experience goes, watching foreign films.
No, that's true.
Usually, the sequels they stay in the same language.
Yep.
The closest I can say where I saw something like that, it was in actually a perfect example because both of you guys, I don't know if Chris saw it, The Raid 1 and 2.
Yes.
In The Raid, completely Indonesian. In the second one, you had that brief meeting where they spoke fluent English for a second. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Which is, it's not really common.
Yeah.
So when I saw that the whole film itself was in English, I was like, oh shit, wow, okay. It was really, it wasn't really, like I said, it was just more so the quality of the film itself, like the whole language barrier.
Didn't buy, yeah.
Like for me, subtitles overdubbed any fucking day.
I'm with you on that more and more, and I gotta thank the podcasts and my co-host and whoever else threw movies on the wheels for us with those foreign films. Ibrahim, you too, man. You too. I didn't forget about you. Just because I was forced to watch them, and then I'm just like, okay, yeah, oh shit, this is dope. Like LINKTREE, that shit was fire. That's the one in the prison, right?
Yep.
That shit was good. Where these dudes are they break out of prison and stuff.
In English, it means the hole.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And it was it was French, I believe. Yeah, it was French.
Yeah.
Good ass movie. It was a
black and white movie. Yeah.
Yeah. But just films like that, and then the horror films that I see, like, I mean, Dead Snow 1. Shit. What was the movie? The one we just did in Portugal?
In Pedagore?
In Pedagore, there you go. And the next two films we're doing are both foreign films. And I'm hoping that
I love them.
I'm hoping they're not dubbed. If they are in English, if it's like people that are just in that culture, but they speak English, fine.
It's like they give it a little bit more oomph.
Yeah, it's more believable. It's more believable. It's way more believable. It makes it better. It makes the tone better.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes too because when you're doing the subtitles, there's some things that sometimes could get lost in translation depending on the language or whatnot. You know what I mean? But to what Kelvin was saying, 100%, the quality of the second one, you can tell hands down they got a bigger budget. Like shit got better. They got better cameras. Some time evolved. They got other people involved. So that's why now it was in English and all this stuff. So kudos to them for making a project like the first one that more than likely majority of people would have shot you down and fucking been like, nah. You made it happen. And then not only did you make it happen, you got other people to believe in you. And now you were able to make it grow some more. You know what I mean? So You can't take away from that.
No, you definitely can't. You definitely can't. And I wish that there was already a part 3 because I feel just from what the production and everything, how you guys are mentioning, and I agree, how part 2 does look and feel better. Part 3 with the hope, you know. Part 3 would be that same, I guess, increase from part 2, from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. That same production increase or whatever, like that same, you know what I mean? You guys get what I'm saying? Like better, getting better, that better increase, whatever you want to call
Bigger
it.
budget.
Bigger budget. Yeah.
When Kelvin, you said the first one came out when?
2009.
And then the second one?
20. You said
What was it, 2020?
12, 13.
22? It was recent.
2014. 2014.
2014? Oh.
So we're talking 5-6 year difference.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! I was a junior. I was a junior in high school when that shit dropped.
So imagine the leap with a little bit better budget with what they did already, because I can only imagine how small the budget was for this, but for the effects, the gore, everything that they did, they made it work. It looked good. It wasn't, like I said, it's not that the gore and the scenes like that were too cartoony or nothing like that. It's just some of the situations and like the characters and how they had them happen that got way too cartoony and towards the end and all that stuff. But they still did a great job with the visual effects, you know what I mean? And it just makes you think, like, so do you really need a huge budget to make things like this happen? If we're talking this happened in 2012,
but
and now
you have
people who are creating content in short form that look as good as this, if not better. You know what I mean?
Think about this though. If they're using
on our phones,
say if they're using practical effects, because people love. And I'm people. I know Kelvin's people. I know James's people. Oh yeah. I'm sure you're people. And whoever's watching is probably people as well. Practical effects, whatever you want to call it, those type of effects are way better than CGI. Oh yeah,
100%.
That shit's not. I'm sure that shit's even more expensive. I mean, between 2012 and 2013, whatever year we're in now, 2023, 2013. Jesus, that was tough to get out. 2023. I got it. Wow. Someone write that shit down. 47 minutes.
I think, what I just think, now that the actor's dead, they can even, not trying to mean this in like a disrespectful way, but they can even like fuck around with how they handle his character in the third one. Like, let's say, because the fact that he brought back someone that was dead, he got sick and passed away or some shit like that. They can make like a nice little in joke with that. Like,
if his family was okay with it.
Yeah, like I would say, like, kill his character off and just have the zombie squad as like the newer.
There you go, the new group.
The new group. You don't even have to. Just his he moved and he passed away. Blah blah. But you don't even have to do it like that. Do it something like that.
Or even at that, like he left somewhere with his undead wife or some shit. And
or where he passes the arm off to the next person.
That would be some shit.
He's like, you're the chosen one.
Arm's just left in the room. Kind of like
he gives it to the guy that got run over 1,000 times.
There you go.
Here you go, dude. Fix your leg.
Fix it.
I also like the look. I thought they did a good job with makeup and everything.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. I really dug the look on the leader of the Soviet.
Oh, the hero.
I actually like this design. Yeah.
And again, and thanks to you again, Chris, it makes, the more I think about it, and even looking at the cover, it really makes me think of Zombie Army 4. Like, and it makes me want to play it. I'm not gonna tonight because I gotta be up so early in the morning. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But
yeah.
But yeah, it's again, people, seriously, go watch these movies. Watch them back to back, because yes, it's 3 hours, but it doesn't feel like 3 hours. If you gotta go stretch in between, go ahead and do that, whatever. But they're worth watching back to back, because again, from the way the first one ends, how the second one starts, for a good few minutes, maybe a good 20 minutes, and then it does its own thing after that. But you still kind of get that little blended.
Then it just goes off the rails.
Yeah, it's supposed to. It's a freaking zombie. It's a Nazi zombie movie. What more do you want?
The Nazi zombies had a fucking goal, is to take out a whole town.
Surprise, surprise.
That Hitler ordered back in the 40s.
Speaking of which, very underrated scene. I loved how that guy told him the story in the first one.
Yeah,
He's chill with his cigarette and shit. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I take it you shitheads didn't look at the history before coming here.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yep.
his character was his character was fly for what it was worth.
That was funny. That was funny. Came in there and got some damn coffee for them kids. Who is he? Oh, there she is. I
Yeah.
almost forgot about that.
They're just.
But I think the fan base is definitely still there for 3, for sure. The fan base.
Oh, I hope so.
The same way. There's a fan base still for Trick or Treat 2.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fan base is still there now that it's officially announced, and now that Winona Ryder is gonna be the lead, dude. You're gonna have newcomers. They're gonna be like, wait, holy shit, Stranger Things, this girl's gonna be in it? Oh, I have to see this. And then you have fans of the first one, like myself, and I saw that film way too fucking late, and that's on me. But
Same here.
dude, wow.
Same here. But yeah, that's shit, man. Oh my god.
So for they're gonna do Death Note 3, I'm pretty fucking sure.
Oh, you know what was announced? You know what was announced, which I did see today. I want to say Bloody Disgusting, but I do not remember the source 100%. For the Friday the 13th series.
Oh, Crystal Lake.
Yeah, Tom Savini's a part of that.
Wait, oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, looking like Tom Savini's connected with that. It's not 100% confirmed. Like I said, I forgot the source, but
dude, fingers crossed for a full-blown practical effects series, dude.
oh my god! And I know
For what?
I know they're guaranteed 2 seasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if they don't do 2 seasons, then they can sue Peacock
They can sue
Of what?
Peacock.
for what's
Because the contract was the
Crystal
contract
Lake.
for 2 seasons.
Ah.
It's called Crystal Lake for Peacock. Yeah. How do you think it's going to go? Is Jason going to be in it, or is it going to be like when he's in camp?
They gave like a Q&A description, so obviously I would have to assume it would be a safe bet that season 1 is Jason when he was younger.
and his
Okay.
mom.
They did specify though that if they wanted to, because
You
a
can
lot
use-
of people they can use any iteration, because a lot of people were wondering, because the bullshit between Miller and Cunningham, if there was any restrictions, and they said no. If they wanted to use fucking Jason from space, they could do that. Like that's
Oh
Which
shit!
is cool.
Okay.
yeah, just to throw an idea of like there's no fucking restrictions, which I'm glad about.
And they have a
Yeah.
lot of good writers connected with it that were like with a lot of good shows.
And this being done by A24, that's what's really got my interest.
Nice.
I just hope they don't go too, because how A24 is, not knocking them for it, but Jason's not a franchise they have to get too highbrow with. That's just me.
Give me an example.
Like you see how there are other films like Men.
No, okay.
Like let's say you don't want to get too highbrow, but I doubt they're gonna do that. But again, I just don't want it to happen. That's all.
Nah, I don't think they'll do it with Friday the 13th though.
Unless what would be dope if the only scene I could see them, it could be really highbrow where it's acceptable. Jason's drowning, which would be pretty. I could see some like cool ideas them doing that, or again a highbrow scene where it involves like Pamela seeing like some shit where like you get to see what her inside of her mind is like, how she hears Jason, or vice versa with Jason and his mother. Exception, but
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna see something in the sort of Jason drowning and Pam hearing it or seeing it or something, but not being able to do anything and just.
Yeah. The only reason I
Snap.
asked that question because I seen a clip of it said Crystal Lake Peacock, then it had Jason's mask like floating, like spinning, and I'm like, wait a minute! I was like, is Jason gonna be in this? I thought this was gonna be about him and a kid in the camp.
It is. It's going to be a prequel series, but like Kelvin said, they can use any variation of Jason, which I think is freaking amazing. I know they want to do another movie, but the guy has to get. I think they're trying to iron out a few other details so he can use other things for Friday.
Oh, I thought the movie was legit. I heard it was a go.
No, I believe it is a go, but I think there's some things they're still trying to iron out for it to be. Like,
let me ask you this: do you know if like the series is going to serve as like a catapult for the movie, or
I don't think they're
I
connected.
had no clue.
So do you think you were like, hey, are we gonna maybe see how her brain is working with Jason, or if she's gonna see him drowning or whatnot? do you think we're actually going to see whether or not maybe she saves him and hides him, or if
I
like
don't know,
how that
'cause-
happens, or how he becomes this evil entity, or what happens?
because
we don't make that connection in any of the movies.
Yeah.
because
and
they
the thing
called
is,
it,
like, he dies as a
called it,
kid, but he's a monster and dead, but he grows up.
they called it a prequel reboot. So who knows? Prequel reboot
okay.
or prequel remake? I forgot.
Ooh,
So
so they could actually fill in some gaps, fix some shit, and make
If
it
they
more
wanted,
of
they
a.
could really, yeah, because for the story, maybe that was in the comic books. I've never read them, so I don't know. Don't quote me.
Oh yeah,
But
I never
just
read them. I didn't even know
story,
there was
that missing
comic books.
piece- Or let's just go by the. You know what? Let's not even worry about the comic books. Let's just go by the movies that I know we all have seen. Those missing pieces from the movies that are always maybe hinted at, or maybe they're just what we thought, or whatever fan theory. Maybe they connect those dots. Also, those dots with that. Who knows? I'm excited for it though. That is one show where I've said it many, many times. I'm gonna say it many fucking times again. When that shit drops, because it's gonna be on Peacock, which is connected with Streamline. You guys know I do watch parties. That is like number one fucking that. I don't care what show I'm watching. That's bumping that shit. That's bumping that shit. That's gonna be number one. And I'm hoping that they're smart enough to drop it on a Friday the 13th and have that show drop on Fridays.
Ah,
I'm
that would be
hoping-
When's
good.
the next Friday the 13th?
It's
Well, it's not. This isn't coming out, I think, until 2024.
yeah.
So we have to look through the 2024 calendar.
Damn,
But-
y'all are patient.
I know, right? I want the shit now.
Yeah, I mean, it's shit. The reboot was funny enough. The reboot it was 09, so you have all those years. And I mean, what makes up for all those years missed is all these fucking crazy ass fan films that they're doing.
Which
Yeah.
there's some good ones, man.
You got Never Hike Alone. You got Never Hike in the Snow.
You got Vengeance.
Roseblood. You got all that shit.
Yeah, there's a few more.
Yo, you guys just got to send me a list of those. I want to see some.
Yo, and
Actually-
I see you never hike alone. That show's badass.
Yo, Kelvin, do you have a list of those, like all the Friday the 13th fan films on YouTube?
not all of them, but I can name a few off the top of my head easily.
Send me a list because I'm gonna make a wheel of those for.
But dude,
That'll be a fun wheel right there because I want to do an indie wheel in general, but I'm like for the fan films like that, like Friday the 13th. I know there's like a Nightmare on Elm Street one. Stuff like ones
There's
that are
Halloween. I think there's a Halloween.
ones that are like the fan film version of, you know what I mean? Not like their independent idea, but the fan version of. Maybe that'll be like the fan film wheel, and then I'll do an indie wheel, which will be like the idea. You know what I mean?
So there on Never Hike Alone.
There's a lot. There's a lot out there.
No, and Chris was making these fan films more and more fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the professional equipment they're using, a lot of these motherfuckers are bringing in known people
The
from
alumni
these franchises. Like, dude, Vengeance. They got Harry Manfredini to do the score for a fan film. They got Harry Manfredini to do the score for a fucking fan film. They got CJ Graham to play Jason's father, Elias.
Yes,
And
they got Lara Park Lincoln for Roseblood.
Yeah, you're hearing shit like this. It's like,
who played the gentleman who played in Weekend at Bernie's? I forget his name all the time. I apologize.
I know you're talking about. He was in part 6. He got killed, right?
He was in part 7. Bad News Cruise.
Oh,
one New York.
Terry Kaiser, I think his name.
There you go. Terry Kaiser. He's in Roseblood too, I believe.
But yeah, he is in it. But that's the crazy part. Like Chris, like this is how far fan films are evolving.
Oh yeah.
Like,
have you done an episode of Halloween Ends yet?
Yep.
I
We reviewed it because we trashed it.
Oh yeah, then yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
I had recently
Trash.
seen it not too long ago.
It's fucking garbage. Dumpster fire.
I gotta say, Ends is gonna be talked about for sure in the years to come. That was the first. I think I mentioned this in the last podcast. Like that was the first Halloween 2018. Left the theater, happy I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Halloween Kills, left the theater, happy I enjoyed it. Ends, I walked home like I was like 50-50. I'm like, yo, how do I fucking feel about this movie?
Listen. All right, here's what I'm gonna say. For 2018, I was like, this was dope. This was fucking dope. For the next one, I was like, it had some good parts, but it kind of took me out of it with a lot of it. And then for this one, I was like, all right, man. If this wasn't a Halloween movie, this wouldn't be a bad horror movie. But because it's Halloween and Michael Myers and what we thought we were gonna get, you fucked it up. You're fucking.
It was certainly a bold move.
This was Corey's movie.
For them to do what they did, it was a pretty bold move, and it's one that I don't really agree with.
No,
like if it should have been Corey would have been executed better if this was a character we were introduced to either in the 2018 film or in Kills. And
not only that, but introduced to early. I would even say at the end of the 2018 film, he's in the whole Kills movie. He makes some heroic moves and shit. But then he also does some. Then maybe he does some iffy shit in the background. You don't see. They do flashbacks and ends, and then you see like once he turns, you see the flashbacks of it, and you're like, oh, this makes way more sense now. Like with him helping Michael Myers, how you don't see that in ends, but you see that in flashbacks. I don't know, just to throw something in there, but they didn't do any of that. They did what they wanted to, but they fucked up. They did a terrible job. Yeah. I am not apologizing for it. Watch Dead Snow 1 and 2 instead of Halloween.
And this is the thing, like, you're really emphasizing that this is the final chapter. And I'm not saying have the whole movie focus on Michael and Laurie, no, but if this is the final chapter, is there really any breathing room for like new characters?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at it. It's
at the same time.
So that rumor that they're making a new one is fake?
Which one? What?
For Halloween.
I mean, it's inevitable there's going to be a new one, but it's not going to follow the Blumhouse. Like, that's...
Oh, okay. I got you. So different timeline?
I'm wondering, my whole thing is, okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this video. If they do a remake of Halloween, let's just say a remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it, another version that's not connected with the Blumhouse, is it going to be connected with the originals? Is it going to be connected with Rob Zombies? Or is it going to be its whole? Is it going to be connected with any of them?
Don't know.
I would rather it be its whole other thing because...
the whole fresh... Now, here's my next question, though. Here's my next question. How would you want it to be? Like, would you want the story to be maybe to where you see more of Loomis and Michael Myers' connection? Like, like say, for example, when Michael Myers goes off into the hospital from when he was what? How old was he? 5, 6?
Yeah, 6.
6 years old, so the adulthood, but you're seeing his interactions with Loomis throughout those. I'm just throwing ideas. Yeah, I'm just throwing ideas out there. But like, what would they do to stand out and be different, or would they just go with the comfortable route, being the same but making it look better, maybe adding more to it in a sense? You know what I mean? Like, what can they do that would be acceptable to the fans, I guess, which is kind of a selfish way of saying it, because I'm like, yes, we're the fan. Yes, you're the creator. So, it's like you're making it for us to, spend our hard-earned money on to go and watch.
So speaking of fan, it's the fan film. Did you see it? What is it called? Haddonfield or something like that?
Yeah, that was
the Spirit of Haddonfield. Was it?
So what about they made it off that?
Dope.
Was it cool? What about that? Would that be a good timeline? Like a good start?
From what I remember, yes, but that's something that would be worth. I think it's only like 15 minutes, so maybe that'd be something that'd be like a fun double feature of 2 horror.
Oh, that was only a 15-minute short. I thought it was actually like Never Hike Alone. I thought that it was like longer.
Nah, I think it was really good in those 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It was really good.
You want to know what I would do to kind of throw in a twist and make it one of them things? Like if you go off of the relationship of Michael and
Laurie.
No, the doctor.
Oh, Dr. Loomis.
I would do something along the lines of when he takes him in, he quickly realizes there's something different, and then when he realizes just what he is and how evil he is, he starts manipulating Michael and using him to portray his evil and do killings for him.
Ooh. Now that would be dope.
And nobody knows that it's him, and he's nurturing this evil.
Okay. And
this whole time for 20, 30 years in this fucking crazy house.
Let's keep going with that. Let's go with that right there, because I like where that's going. And then you could even say how it's like, if it's like a prequel to the originals. Or a prequel to, no, not even that. I would say if it's connected to the original, right? Here's how it's connected to the original people. It happens right after part 1. It's between part 1 and part 2 when he becomes an adult, or no. It starts with part 1. It's like 1.5 in a weird way, because it's between part 1 and part 1. And the reason why I say that is because it's from when it's after he kills his sister when his parents meet him outside and the cops come and all that shit. It starts from like there and then goes through that other process. That's the movie. That's how you connected with the franchise, and that's how you can connect it with, you know, at least with 1 and 2, and however the fuck else you connect them or do.
And then that kind of ties into the way they went with the last 3 of the series now that just came out, because that's technically him showing and realizing the demons within, where he has a chance to save Michael, but because of his own demons and his own personal agendas, instead of saving Michael, he makes him go further into the darkness, and now it's manipulating him almost like a Sith Lord. You know what I mean?
Now, my next question to you guys is, just because we're talking about this same idea that we're discussing here, would it be better as a movie? Hear me out.
Ooh.
Or a series?
If it was going Chris's route, I would say a series.
Because that's a lot of psychological back and forth. You know what I mean?
Do a lot of stuff you can do. And I mean, like I said, starting it from then. Oh my god, that'd be so good. Okay, my next question for you guys is: so say it's starting it from then, right? Back in whatever year that was. In the movie, not in when the movie came out, but in the movie, whatever it was.
72 or something.
78.
77.
78.
78 was the first one.
No, that's when the movie dropped. But what year was it in the actual movie? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like on the night that he killed his sister, or the night that he escaped?
The night that he killed his sister.
1963.
So 1963. So they have it. So of course, you want the visuals as far as the cars and the vehicles and the surroundings being that 1960s kind of vibe. My question is, would you want the camera to kind of be that vibe, or at least the after effects on the camera, not as, you know what I mean, to make it look like it's really the 60s on camera and with the background and everything, not just.
I mean, I don't think it's necessary, because I mean, Stranger Things, it takes place in the 80s, but they didn't really have to go. They had to pull a full 9. It still worked.
You know what? That's true. That's very true. Actually,
that's true.
It would be a cool effect, and it would work out just for the fact that, like, you can almost play it as like it's Loomis's recordings of their sessions. You know what I mean?
There you go. I like that too.
But I gotta add, if it was to go in my direction, how I would do it, the only character I'm really keeping is Loomis. Forget Laurie, and this is just a full blown remake, because I've read all the Halloween comics. I would love to see them do a loose adaptation of those, because there's no Laurie, and it does take it back to retro Michael, where he just stalks someone else that isn't Laurie. So I think, you know, there's none of that bullshit relationship, whatever you're making.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would do that. Another way, I would go off of how this director did it. It was a while back.
Really quick, before you go on to your next one, my question to you is, with what you're saying, would you just connect it with what Chris was saying then? Because it kind of starts out very similar. Are you saying, you would erase the whole...
Keep the mystique,
and just have him starting out coming from leaving the thing with Loomis or whatever.
Keep the mystique. And I think another thing too that I felt they didn't really touch upon until Halloween 6, but even at that, regardless of whichever version you watch, is really dig deep into the Festival of Samhain. Because in Halloween 2, you know, you have this thing where Michael does it, you know, he writes it on the walls, but they jump into it in 6, but I didn't like the direction they went, that they're controlling Michael. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
I didn't hate it. I didn't mind it too much, but
if they were worshippers, like they're like kind of like Cochrane's character in Halloween 3, where like they want to continue that tradition of Samhain. If they did that, and they saw Michael as like their herald for that, so to speak.
Okay, I get that. Makes sense.
You know, something like that, but I would, if I was in charge of spearheading the next Halloween, and as well as a Halloween series, 2 birds, 1 stone, because you're catering to both fan groups. Have the series as the anthology route, different stories on Halloween, and the films keep it Michael.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
because 3 has a much bigger following than ever before.
That's
Like
true.
it's wild, and I think Anthology
Three,
Road would work.
three would make a great series because I mean, even if I don't know if you want to do it episodically or season wise, but if you did episodically, the first 3 episodes is the first is one of each mask, and I mean, you could even throw a fourth in and throw in Michael Myers mask if you wanted to use that. But if you just want to keep it completely away from Michael Myers, use those 3 masks and then kind of just go from there with them.
Something like that, at least.
Something. And I'm sure you could throw more shit in there though, easily.
Or fuck it, even as a nice little treat, have the pilot, like the first episode, something micro related, and then the rest you could do episode 2 where it's it could be a redo of Silver Shamrock or like a continuation of that, and then the other episodes are just original episodes.
Or I mean, if you wanted to, you could even have them just watch the original Halloween in one of the things and just kind of like laugh at like, what the hell type of deal. You know what I mean? I don't know, something, but do something for it.
I like it.
If you're gonna throw out another Halloween movie, do something different, please. Like just because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you guys because I already know, and I know I'm not the only one. If you guys put out the same damn story, I'm gonna fucking watch it again. I'm gonna do it. But put something different out there. And the reason why I say that is because you're gonna grab newer fans. You're not just gonna hold our old asses on. But you're going to grab the younger generation where they're just like, oh, wow, Dad, did you see, or Mom or Uncle or whoever, hey, did you see Halloween, those 22-year-olds? Hey, sorry, Kelvin. Did you? Oh, okay, well, you know what? I'll go a little bit lower. Those 16-year-olds now that are into horror, but let's say, these movies come out a little bit later, when they're 22. Those 22-year-olds talking about Kelvin. This is because these are future movies. I'm not talking about you. Boom. To where they're like, oh wow, this is Halloween. Hey, did you guys ever see Halloween before? These are awesome. And then that may make them jump back and watch the originals and watch all the other mix-ups and just really either enjoy it or be confused by it, whatever the case may be. But do something different. Don't give us the same thing. Do something different. Or here's another weird twist, I guess. From one of the sequels from the original version, if you're going to change up anything, go to one of those sequels and kind of just do something from that and make it its own story. So it maybe makes sense. I don't know. Figure it out.
All right. Before we run, one last question to wear on all of these, the remakes, the big 3, Michael Myers, Jason. So I need to know what was... So... Mike what was his name? Michael Earl Healy?
Michael Myers?
That played Freddy in the last remake?
Oh, Jackie Earl Haley.
Jackie Earl Haley. Okay. So that Freddy Krueger. Go.
What about him?
What's your gripes? What did you like about it? Like, because there's so much controversy over that, but let's take that character and not put it to like the movie and the situation and the way, like, I think there was cool things in how they did the whole dream world, the back and forth and all that stuff. But for some reason, everybody focuses on Freddy as the character and they say Jackie like sucked at it, this, that, and the third, and you can't completely blame him because he's going off of writing and a script, right? He's using his acting ability to the best ability that he can with what he's given, whether he changes a line or ad-libs it, but do you honestly, like, now that it's been years later, because that happened in 2009, 2012,
2010.
Yeah. So now that we're talking 10, 12 years has passed, we've probably seen it 3-4 times.
I've only seen it like once or twice.
Okay.
Honestly, no, maybe 2-3 times max. But I haven't seen it in a few years.
Yeah,
but I was going to say about this, I want to save this conversation because I feel like what we should do is review this movie and then really deep dive into it and really talk about it because I haven't seen it in so long to really give my opinion about it.
I gotta add to what Chris said. And it's funny enough that you brought it up because this remake I've only seen a total of maybe 3 times. The first time my uncle, because he's a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan, we went to see it in theaters. The second time wasn't until I got it on DVD, and I had watched it, with my friend. The third time wasn't until like maybe how far ago? Maybe a few months ago. Not for nothing, remake wasn't as bad as I last remembered, but I do have my share of gripes with it.
Okay.
But it has nothing to do with Jackie Earl Haley. Honestly, the only gripe with his Freddy the fucking
The
the
look.
makeup. That's
Yeah.
literally it.
I didn't like it. I was like, yeah, it was weird.
For this
But-
being
but-
Craven's original vision, I feel Haley did this thing.
But I do. Like I said, I think this will be a good conversation to have.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? You said that this one was
Crap.
Wes Craven's original vision.
In terms of how the Freddy character was, that was his original.
Oh,
vision.
gotcha. Because
Yeah.
he was limited by the prosthetics and the makeup
Yeah.
and stuff that they did earlier.
But I'm talking about like how he was like more terrifying and like less comedic.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, it was kind of like Wes Craven's New Nightmares Freddy, but revamped.
That Freddy to this day gives me chills, bro, when I watch that movie. And when he's come after Dylan and the fucking dinosaur and shit, bro, that highway
the way he
scene,
gets up, the camera.
Those
bro, in the fucking hospital with the babysitter, bro, I'm getting fucking
Oh no!
chills right
When he
now.
comes out the closet, missed me with like that deep dark ass voice. I was like, shit. Okay, Robert.
Yep.
But yeah, this was old.
We might have to do just a separate episode of us just talking core characters to remake characters for the big three.
I mean, that's a great episode. And shit, let's do it. In these next couple of weeks, let's schedule something to where all four of us and then whoever else wants to join us, but at least us four can definitely be there for that conversation, because I think that'll be a fun conversation. That'll be a real fun, funny conversation right there. Real entertaining, fun conversation. I think we should kind of wrap this one up, ladies and gentlemen.
Wrap it.
So let's pull up these really quick. Guys, make sure you go check out the Scene Snobs. Go check out the Scary Snobs. Which is over on the Scene Snobs channels. So go follow them everywhere. Go to scenesnobs.com, get all of their links. Make sure you check out their dope Patreon. You can check out their live shows and jump in on the comments. Again, go check out the Scene Snobs, the Scary Snobs. Yeah, go check out Master Shake too. Master Shake is dope.
If you're a person that likes Discord, go join the Snob Nation. There's tons of great content every day on there. There's tons of interaction. That community is growing every single day. So go check it out. Let Mick know we sent you. Say hi to Jason. Say hi to Case. Say hi to everybody on there, because they're just a big old movie family.
It's just a beautiful. It's a huge nerd fandom, nerding out on everything. Go enjoy it. Which now you will have to join that amazing Patreon, which is another reason to join it, because now you get to join the Discord. Plus, see a lot of dope stuff. Some dope stuff. Go check them out. And then we got Horror with Sir Sturdy. Horror with Sir Sturdy every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, people. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time, you can see us reviewing these horror movies, us reviewing these horror films, and having a wonderful time doing that. So tune in for that, people. Please tune in for that. And then you got Popcorn and Pints every Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern time. We review 2 movies, and when we remember, we see how these 2 movies connect. Simple as that. Stories from a Bar. Check it out. It's an awesome podcast. Make sure you guys check out the whole entire Z Network. And where's Dan? You want to take this part over?
Hey, yo, it's your boy, the Where's Sam Gamer. I'm back on the grind. You can go check out the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, because there's tons of new content, tons of shorts, and I've just uploaded about 6 episodes for the Midnight Matinee. So if you don't know, check it out. It usually airs Saturday at midnight, every Saturday, whether it's live or it's pre-recorded. I'm still answering you in the comments, so don't forget to leave one. Don't forget to spread some love, some kindness, and some positivity out here.
You heard him. And then just to give you guys a reminder, what we're reviewing over Tuesday and Thursday. And then after Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to have some fun episodes coming out. Those following Thursdays, I'm going to save those episodes for those following Thursdays. Tuesdays will be movie reviews, but those following Thursdays must be blended into one Thursday. And we can all be here. Stay tuned, people. Stay tuned. And here's the movies we're doing next Tuesday and Thursday. This one. And can't wait. You guys have a great night. I've seen your nightmares. You guys for watching, listening. Greatly appreciate you all. Peace.